Hey there, and welcome to this video all about Facebook paid advertising and how to be effective, how to drive traffic to your website, generate leads for your business using Facebook's paid advertising function. Now, if you've ever used Facebook paid ads, then you are probably pretty familiar with what you're seeing on my screen right now. This is the advertising area of Facebook, and for quite a long time, I would use this page post engagement area, and that actually, I had some posts, one in particular that I ran in front of a whole bunch of different audiences, generated hundreds of leads, thousands of visitors to various websites, and it worked really well. But recently, I've actually been using this clicks to website based on a recommendation by a mentor of mine in the world of Facebook advertising, Michelle Pescasolido. She was recently on she was a guest presenter for a coaching program that I run with Justice Egan called the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge, and she taught this stuff, and I used it and implemented it, and guess what? It worked, and I'm going to share a little bit about it, with you. So stick around through this video because you're going to get some serious golden nuggets that you can use. This is really. This is what's working now stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I'm doing right now to drive traffic and generate leads for my own business. And so the first thing I want to do is just click the clicks to website, and then you're going to put in the URL that you want to drive traffic to. Now what I love about this is it's clicks to website. You're paying when somebody visits your website, period. And I like that more than the page post engagement, where you're actually paying when someone interacts with the post, when they leave a comment, when they like it, when they share it, when they click the website, whatever that action is, you're paying for it. With this, it just makes it so much simpler because you're only paying when someone goes to your website. It's true pay per click advertising. It is a beautiful thing, and if you can get good at this and you understand the numbers, you understand what a customer is worth to you, then you can really scale up because as Facebook, the audience is virtually unlimited. And we're going to get into some of that stuff. So the first thing that I want to do is put in my website. So lately, what I've been doing is using lead pages. I would definitely recommend using lead pages. I pay $37 a month for lead pages. Go ahead, leadpages.com or whatever if you want to use that. But they have all kinds of templates for some really attractive websites that has gotten me some very high conversions, and I would definitely recommend that as well. But we're not gonna do that right here. I'm just gonna put just a site in. I'm just gonna put my main website in here just for example purposes. So I'm just gonna send people to my site, which is meetadamchandler.com. So normally, if I was actually going to do this, I would normally I would be sending traffic to a lead capture page. Not to my actual blog. I would be sending them to a lead capture page. But for this example, I'm just going to use this just to move this training right along. So the beautiful part, the next step in this process, the beautiful thing about this is that I can upload as many images as I want. And what Facebook is going to do is they're going to split test the images based on the audience that I create, and we're going to create our audience in just a moment. But basically, what Facebook is going to do is going to split test each of these pictures against each other. So if we put in two pictures, Facebook is basically going to say this picture outperformed this picture. More people clicked when you had this image than when you had this image. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload several different images, and when we create our audience, we'll be split testing several different images, and Facebook, and then what I'll do is I'll run the campaign for a few days and then determine which pictures, won out. So split testing is something that you got to do. You got to get comfortable with. You got to do, if you want to be an internet marketer, you just have to do split testing if you want to be effective, and it can seriously help you in terms of increasing your click-through rate, which will reduce your cost per click. Essentially reduce the amount of money that you're spending on your advertising. So what I want to do is upload the pictures right now. I created this little folder just to keep this moving called Facebook Images. So I'm going to upload this one. I'm going to upload this one. I'm going to upload this one. So we got 3 images in there already. This one has done well for me, and then I'm going to do this one. So these are all pictures of me, and well, let's put a 6th one in there. Might as well, right? These are all pictures of me. Oh, that was a duplicate picture. All right, you know what? We're not going to put that last image in. So these are all pictures of me. I would definitely recommend, using pictures of yourself, because you want this to be conversational. You want people to be able to connect with you. People do business with people. They don't do business with websites. People do business with people. So the more that you can show that you're a human being, and you're also going to notice that some of these pictures, I actually, a lot of these pictures that I'm using are pictures, from stage and things like that. And the reason I do that is because I want to position myself as an authority. So, if you haven't, spoken on stage at events or anything like that, that's totally okay. But I would definitely recommend, it's just one of the benefits of being in the industry for a long time. I've been in the industry for about 6 years. I've been very successful, and I've spoken on stage at events, so it's just an advantage that I have that I very much play on and use. If you don't have pictures like that, that's okay. Use pictures, of yourself. Just be, as you move forward, just think about that. Is that what can I do to, what situations am I in, with my family, or when I'm, lounging or relaxing, where I can say, hey, do you mind taking a picture of me real quick, because I'm going to be using this in future advertising. And like I've especially like with this picture right here, I took this picture in Florida, of me reading this book, and this picture has done very well for me in a lot of advertising because it's got lifestyle in it, and it shows that I'm into personal education. Anyway, let's move on. Now that we have our images uploaded, let's move on. Let's say I'm gonna. So the next thing we need to do is we need to create our headline. This is going to be the headline that people see that goes along with the picture. And let's say I'm promoting a lead generation system, an online marketing lead generation system. One thing that I want to do is I want to identify people based on a problem that they're having, that my website that I'm going to send them to solves that problem. So if I'm promoting a lead generation system, I might say something like this: lead poverty, right? Just lead poverty, question mark. Or maybe I would say, are you experiencing, that's too much. Are you in lead poverty? Are you in lead poverty? But you know what? I kind of like it just to say lead poverty. Nice, simple question. Okay, the question kind of draws them in, and it kind of makes them think, do I have that problem? And if they have that problem, if they are in lead poverty, then this would be this would kind of draw them in a little bit. And now the next phase of this kind of the body here, you're only limited to 90 characters, which is good, because it kind of forces you to get to the point, right? So what I would say here is lead poverty. Now, what you want this next part to kind of portray, what you want this to do is you want it to be conversational, like we said, right? and you want it to kind of say, I was like you, then I did this, now I have this. Okay, I'm going to say that again. I used to be like you, then I did this, now I have this. And now I'm going to show you in just a minute how this kind of formula can work with anything, right? So for this example, lead poverty, I was in lead poverty 2, then I found this simple system for generating free leads online. Okay, so that's too much text, so I'm just going to get rid of generating for free leads online. Boom. I was in lead poverty 2, then I found this simple system for free leads online. Okay, that's it. You see how the question the question lead poverty, the headline kind of draws them in, and then the body answers the question. I was in lead poverty 2. So it's like you're having a conversation with a friend. I was in lead poverty 2. Then I found this simple system for generating leads online. You want to make it as less of an ad. So one thing that you absolutely do not want to do is make this like all caps. Like, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Try to avoid being hypey, because hype you want to stand out from the crowd. So being hypey is going to just make you just blend in, and people are going to see this in their news feed, and they're going to say this is just another ad, and they're going to be totally desensitized to it because they see this stuff all the time. Okay, so be conversational. I was in lead poverty 2, then I did that. I was like you, then I did this, now I have this. So now let's use this example for let's use this example with let's say diet. Let's say you're promoting like a weight loss company or something, right? So diet's not working, or like dieting not working. I struggled with diets for years. Then I found these delicious, yummy weight loss shakes. Weight loss shakes. Okay, right? Then I found dieting not working. I struggled with diets for years. Then I found these delicious, yummy weight loss shakes, right? So if you're promoting yummy shakes, if you're promoting diet shakes, then this would be a perfect ad. You see how it's following the same formula. I used to be like you. Then I did this. Now I have this. Okay. Now make sure this is relevant to your story. So if you're if this is true for you, then and you're promoting a weight loss company, then that's great. Just make sure it's true to your story. I'm not telling you to make up a story here about how you used to diet. I mean, if you actually did struggle with diets, this would be perfect, right? So now let me just talk just for a minute about some of the targeting that we can do. So creating custom audiences. I've got some custom audiences here, but we're not going to get into that. Targeting by location, age. Let's say, it starts off with 13 years old. Like, if you're going to go into a big audience, let's just go into the interest first. Let's say Robert Kiyosaki. Oops. Okay, so Robert Kiyosaki, that brings up an audience of 1,060,000 people. So that audience is way too broad. It's way too big. So how do we get our audience down? Well, for one thing, I don't ever want anyone who's 13 or even 18. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was 18 years old, I was not in any position to start a business or take my life seriously at all. So let's just say 25. we'll start with 25, and let's just go with 25 to 35. 25 to 35-year-olds that we're targeting. So that brought the audience down to 340,000 people. So we're getting down there. We could just target men or just target women. That's certainly an option. But the idea is that you want to if you have a very broad audience, what you want to do, what you want to remember on Facebook is that your click-through rate. You want to have a low click-through rate, or you want to have a high click-through rate, which means a low cost per click, which means you're going to pay less for your advertising. So the more targeted you could get your audience, the better it's going to be. So I might create one ad that's 25 to 35, another ad that's 36 to 45, another ad that's people that are in their 50s, whatever, right? Then we can also, this is kind of a new feature, more demographics. So we can go to financial, and let's go to income. Maybe we only want to target people who are making over $100,000 per year. Maybe we're promoting some type of high-ticket program that we want to target people who can actually afford what we're selling, right? So by putting in 100,000 to 125, look, people that are 25. Okay, just look at the audience that we've just created. We've created an audience just with those three things. People that like Robert Kiyosaki, and if you don't know Robert Kiyosaki, he's a best-selling financial education author. He wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's very much into education, financial education. So Robert Kiyosaki. So Robert Kiyosaki is the main interest. Then we did 25 years old to 35 years old, and then we did income of 100,000 to 125,000. And look what that did to our audience. That brought our audience down from 1 million, from over 1 million, if we were just targeting Kiyosaki alone, from over 1 million to 9,600 people. Now that's a much more targeted audience, and we can create our ad that speaks directly to that audience, which means a higher click-through rate and a lower cost per click. So that's all we're going to do for this example. Just wanted to share, some really, some what's working now stuff. What I'm doing right now to drive traffic and generate leads for my business. How I'm targeting on Facebook. You got my formula for how to create. Remember that ad formula? I used to be like you. Then I did this. Now I have this. And then we're split testing pictures. This stuff works. Get creative with this. Start playing around with this in your own audience to promote your own business. And then the last part that we would do is I would just say run my ads continuously starting today. And then I'll say a $10 daily budget. And then that's it. I'm gonna let Facebook take care of the bidding. So they're going to tell me what I'm going to be paying for my ads. And then what you want to do is, some of your ads you might be paying, 50 cents, 60 cents a click. For different because remember they're going to split test these images against each other. And then some of them you're going to be paying 20 or 30 cents a click. So it's your job as a marketer, as you move forward with your ads, like I said, let them run for a few days and then go back into the ads and say, okay, this one over here, it's a lower click-through rate. This picture obviously doesn't work with this audience. I'm going to get rid of it so that you might have to pay a little bit more in the beginning, but then after it runs for a few days, you'll be able to see, okay, here I'm paying 20 or 30 cents a click. Here I'm paying 50 or 60 cents a click. I'm going to get rid of the ones that I'm paying 50 and 60 cents a click for and just focus on the ones that are generating 20 or 30 cents. And then I'm going to go do the same thing with new audiences until I have a high click-through rate across the board, until I've got like 10 solid campaigns going that are producing clicks for 20, 30, 15, 10 cents a click. And you can do that if you just kind of follow some of the simple strategies that I've laid out in this particular video. So that's it. Go out there, make it happen. Drive traffic, generate leads, drive traffic. It's so much simpler than so many people make it out to be. With a little bit of advertising, a little bit of spending on advertising, and that's how you drive traffic and generate leads with Facebook paid ads. It's exactly what I'm doing right now to do that in my own business. Go ahead and visit me at meetadamchandler.com. I've got all kinds of training on. If you go over to the blog, I've got all kinds of training on how to be an effective marketer and entrepreneur, how to drive traffic. Make sales, build an effective, successful business, and that's it. And then get this case study that I recently created about how I made $23,046 in just 2 months from only 49 customers. Go ahead and go to meetadamchandler.com right now. Get that free report and peruse around and get all kinds of free training on how to build the business and life of your dreams. This has been Adam Chandler. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you liked what you saw on this video, and we'll see you next time. Take care.